Hello everyone, this is Eiji Warabi from Faculty of Medicine. Today I'd like to talk about safety management including recombinant DNA experiments. The English version is provided by the Japanese version. Please read this. 英語バージョンと同時に日本語バージョンを作っています。内容は同じものですので、日本語バージョンがよろしい方はほどまでスキップしてください。I will talk these contents. It's an important rule to do experiments, so please make sure to understand. First of all, regarding waste, the University of Tsukuba has a pamphlet like this one, which is distributed to each lab. So please take a look at it and read it. Waste is divided into general waste, other waste, and laboratory waste. Plastic and rubber products are general waste. Dry cell batteries are collected separately. Plastic and rubber products should be disposed of as burnable waste box. And do not dispose of reagents containing toxic chemicals in the sink. This is very important. Reagents containing toxic chemicals should be disposed in the tanks. Primary and secondary washing solutions should also be disposed in the tanks. In our university, we have two types of sinks. One is a daily life plastic and rubber products are general waste. Dry cell batteries are collected separately. Plastic and rubber products should be disposed of as burnable waste box. And do not dispose of reagents containing toxic chemicals in the sink. This is very important. Reagents containing toxic chemicals should be disposed in the tanks. Primary and secondary washing solutions should also be disposed in the tanks. In our university, we have two types of sinks. One is a daily life sink, and the other is the laboratory sink. Permitted liquid to discard into the daily life sink include tea, non-toxic buffer, and sterilized medium, and so on. And in the laboratory sink, diluted wash water and wastewater after the third washing water from chemical experiments can be discarded. Note that experimental water must be collected in a tank. This is a university experimental wastewater purification system. Wastewater into the daily sink is directly discarded into the Tone River via the public sewage system. Please note that discarding toxic and hazardous materials into the daily sink can lead to the serious environmental pollution. Wastewater from laboratory sink is discarded into the Tone River after appropriate treatment at the university wastewater purification facility. This photo shows a facility that treats experimental wastewater from experimental sinks and medical area. There are many tanks in the building where the wastewater is filtered, neutralized, and finally released into the public sewage system after testing the quality of the water. There are some chemicals that should not be discarded in laboratory wastewater. These include cyanide, organophosphorus, mercury, carbon, carbon tetrachloride, arsenic, benzene, and so on. Please be aware that one person's carelessness can quickly result in exceeding the limit, and if this happens, the experiment may be stopped campus-wide. This is a quick guide to waste classification. Dispose of waste according to this classification or store in tanks. If you are in doubt, contact the Safety Management Office. Inorganic wastewater should be collected in a tank. Do not fill the tank more than 80%. Organic wastewater should also be collected in the tank. There is no need to adjust the pH. Wastewater from photographic liquid should be collected in a tank as hydrous organic waste. Solid laboratory waste should be packaged individually in this manner and disposed by applying to the Environmental Safety Management Office. In the medical area, we share the transportation of experimental wastewater. We do this about twice a year. We also distribute tanks free of charge. please contact Medical Area Safety Management Office if you need tanks. For application procedures for laboratory waste disposal, please read the required documents when you need to do so. This slide shows how to discard biologically hazardous waste. Infectious waste such as needles, gauze with blood, glass slide with tissue. These are placed in a medical pail and brought to the infectious waste storage after the application has been submitted. Just for your information, the application form looks like this. This slide shows how to discard genetically modified organisms. For example, the E. coli in our plate, always sterilize in an autoclave and then dispose as general burnable waste. There is a special application form for oversized trash as well. After applying, take them to oversized trash storage area. When disposing of laboratory equipment such as refrigerators, be sure to check that there are no reagents or samples inside. This is an oversized trash storage area in the medical area. Empty dry battery and bottom battery are collected in the medical accounts section. This slide shows you how to manage poisons and deleterious substances. These reagents should be stored in a locked storage container. Please be sure to use a notebook to keep track of the date and the amount of the used reagent. Examples of poisons and deleterious substances. Identifying marks are labeled on reagent bottles. These should be stored in locked storage facility. The Safety Management Office in the medical area is located in the room 231 in the Gakukeito building. If you need tank or liquid waste, please come to the office, and it's free of charge. Okay, I will change the subject. The Great East Japan earthquake that occurred in 2011 also caused significant damage in the medical area. Fortunately, there were no human suffering, but there were many cases of laboratory shelves, cabinets, and high-pressure gas cylinders falling over. To prevent falling over, be sure to fix the furniture with tension rod like this. You can get a tension rod at the workshop on the first floor of the Gakukeito building. You can also consult Mr. Kobayashi about various other matters such as lights, multi-plug, or machine tool. Please contact the workshop room. Okay, the following are some tips for safety experiments. In case of fire, first loudly notify those around you. Fire extinguishers are placed in the lobby of each floor. First, pull out the pin and point the nozzle toward the fire, and slowly and firmly grasp the lever. Be sure to direct the extinguisher and the burning subject not at the flames or smoke. Next, when using liquid nitrogen, be sure to wear special gloves. It's extremely low temperature at minus 196 degree, and also when liquid nitrogen is evaporated, it becomes about 700 times its subject, not at the flames or smoke. Next, when using liquid nitrogen, be sure to wear special gloves. It's extremely low temperature at minus 196 degree, and also when liquid nitrogen is evaporated, it becomes a gas about 700 times its original volume. To avoid choking, work in a well-ventilated room. Be sure to fix high-pressure gas cylinders to prevent them from falling over. There have been cases of accidents involving high-pressure gas cylinders that have flown 70 meters from laboratory. Please handle them properly, as they can cause not only damage to building but also lethal accidents if they hit people. The following is an example of a common laboratory accident. A graduate student attempted to dissolve agarose gel in a bottle in a microwave oven. The bottle burst and the microwave door burst open. The door hit him directly in the head. So a lesson learned from this accident: when melting agarose in a bottle by microwave, loosen the cap, and of course take off the aluminum foil. Sparks will come out. When dissolving agarose gel, it is convenient to use a device called a bench pint. It is equipped with a safety valve to prevent explosion. This is a case 2. A graduate student dropped a tube containing phenol chloroform on the lab bench. He burned both legs and the base of his feet with spilled phenol chloroform. He was hospitalized at the university hospital for about a week. The lesson learned from this is to be careful when using phenylchloroform. If it sticks to you, wash it immediately. In this case, he was wearing jeans and could not wash immediately. So let's wear a white coat. This is a case 3. A graduate student tried to attach a glass pipette to an auto pipetter. So he cut his hand severely with broken pipette, and he went to hospital in the midnight. So lesson 3, dry heat sterilized glasswares are fragile. So be gentle when setting a pipette in a pipetter. The things is mouse pipetting is not recommended. I recommend using pipette aid for pipetting. Next, I will talk about safety management of recombinant DNA experiments. Regulations related to recombinant DNA experiments are based on the international protocol known as Cartagena Protocol. Based on this protocol, domestic laws and regulations for regulations in the University of Tsukuba are established. Under domestic law, the use of living-modified organisms is divided into type 1 use and type 2 use. Type 1 use is the use of living-modified organisms without preventive measures against their dispersal into environments, such as farming of genetically modified soybeans. On the other hand, type 2 use is the use of living modified organisms while taking preventive measures against their dispersal into environment. Most experiments in medical area are type 2 category. We can do type 2 use after taking approval from university, but in the experiments use self-replicating viruses or dangerous hosts or nucleic acid donors or describing here. They need to confirm competent minister. There is a type 2 ministerial ordinance related to the law on genetic combination experiments. This ministerial ordinance defines what does use mean. The term use includes not only experiments, but also storage and transportation. The Class 2 ordinance also classifies genetically modified experiments into 4 classes. The classes are determined by host hazard. The higher class number, the more intense contaminant measures are required. Most experiments are likely to be class 1 or 2. The type of containment measures to be taken is classified for each experiment. For example, in the case of experiments using microorganisms, there are categories from P1 to P4. Which containment measures should be taken depends on which class of host or nucleic acid donors are classified. This is a necessary contents of containment measure for P1 level laboratory. Basically, it's a normal laboratory, but it's necessary to keep entrances, exits, and windows closed, and restrict entry. In addition, an autoclave must be installed in the same floor. At the P2 level, safety cabinets and autoclaves are required in addition to the measures at the P1 level. Maybe you know the phase 2 cabinet is designed to exhaust air that has been cleaned by HEPA filter. HEPA filter means high efficiency particulate air filter. Autoclave is a pressure cooker-like device that inactivate genetically modified organisms by treating them usually at 121 degrees and for 15 minutes. The level of containment measures for animal use experiment is called P1A laboratory, with an A for animal after P1. P1A level laboratory requires facilities to prevent animals from escaping in addition to the P1A laboratory. The Animal Resource Center has a room equipped with a laboratory animal isolator and safety cabinets capable of performing the P2A level animal use experiments. In order to ensure that genetically modified experiments are conducted properly and in accordance with the law, University of Tsukuba has a committee for recombinant DNA experiment, headed by the president of the university. All experiments are to be conducted after obtaining permission from this committee. The principal investigator of the experiment applies to the committee for recombinant DNA experiment. The review is every 3 to 4 months, so you need to plan your experiment with a forward-looking approach. When you're conducting genetically modified experiments, please be sure to follow the following guidelines. Autoclave the organism when disposing of them, and use genetically modified organisms only in an approved laboratory. Laboratories that have been approved for recombinant DNA experiments have these stickers. If you find a room in which genetic modification experiments are being conducted that does not have this sticker, please contact the Safety Management Office. Finally, please note that eating and drinking are not permitted in the laboratory for DNA recombinant laboratory. Okay, that's all for today. If you have any questions, please contact me by email. Thank you. こんにちは。医学医療系のわらびです。本日は筑波大学における安全管理体制、遺伝子組み換え体や毒劇物の取り扱いについてお話しします。本日の内容です。研究